Welcome back, guys. We're going to dive in now to getting everything marked and packed into folders to make this cleaner. Because as you can see, having to scroll up and down to organize these tracks is kind of a headache. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put some markers in here. So markers work very similar to locators in Ableton Live. But in my opinion, they work a lot better here, because when you create a marker in Ableton, you also have to go into key and you have to physically select that locator, and then you have to assign it to a hotkey so that basically it functions as a shortcut, so to speak, on your keys. In Studio One, that all happens automatically. So it's really clean and easy to do. Basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the shortcut Y. So if I press the Y key, it is going to drop a marker. Now, as soon as I drop the first one, the first thing you notice is I have a start and an end marker. Now, I'm going to move these to the very end of the session. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want these to have any influence on my shortcut keys at all. Normally, I use those for rendering song files, but I don't need them at all in this case. I just need the first marker. And I'm going to go ahead and name this the first song, which is still Rolling Stones. So there we go. Our first marker is in position. And if I go and press 1, as we did in the first video with the shortcuts, it's going to jump immediately to that marker. So now I need to get my second marker in place. So to do this, all I'm going to do is get my song, beginning of song 2, lined up at the top so that this whole thing is lined up. And then I'm just going to press Y again. As you can see, it dropped a marker, double click, and now we have the ability to just go ahead and mark this. So now we're good there. Okay, and let's go drop our last marker. Let's see here. We'll scroll down so we can see where this is at. Okay. This is going to be the song Pieces. All right. So now we have song 1, song 2, and song 3. Check this out. No need to set up the shortcut through a key thing. They're already ready to go, and they'll fire exactly where they're at. Now, the next thing we need to do as far as a marker is concerned is I want to make a stop track. So stop tracks in Ableton are actually a third-party deal. They're not native to Ableton specifically, so it's actually like triggering it in through its own computer and all that stuff. But here in Studio One, this is actually a really clean thing that I love. The thing is, we're just going to create a marker just like we have been doing. We're just going to hit the Y key. It's going to open up this, and I'm just going to name this what we're going to make it, stop. And then I'm going to right-click on the marker, and that's going to pop up stop at marker. And I'm just going to check that box. And now, when it gets to this marker upon playback, it's going to stop. And so this is so easy compared to what I've been used to doing. So now all we're going to do is we're going to pack these into folders. So I'm just going to take the very first track of this song and the very last track of this song, right click and hit pack to folder. Do it for the next song, pack to folder. And for the last song, pack to folder. And here we go. We now have 3 folders. I'm going to go ahead and color code these like I do on Ableton. And I'm just going to basically just blow them up like this and then just name each one. So you'll notice I do it a lot of titling and naming. It's just an organization thing, and I highly recommend it. Even though it does take a little bit of extra time, in the long run, it's so worth it. And so there we go. Now we've literally got every single element of this set finished. It's done. The only thing that's left to do is Ableton. So we're going to dive into that. Or not Ableton, sorry. The only thing left to do is Pro Presenter. And that's the very last element. And so now we're going to get that rolling.